Welcome to At Your Library. I'm your host, Cathleen Clifford. On Saturday, April 20th, the Groton Public Library will be hosting the Earth Day Expo, Plastic versus Planet. Joining me today to talk about the event are Hazel, Allik, and Bree Shirvell. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
The expo was first held last year here at the Groton Public Library. We had over 40 vendors and educators, and according to my statistics, we drew in over 1,200 participants. This year is looking to be even bigger.
Yeah, we're expecting probably more like 2,000 to 2,500 attendees and have more than 50 vendors signed up at this point.
That is so fantastic. How did the Earth Expo come to be?
Yeah, so we're so excited to be coming back to the Groton Public Library for the Earth Day Expo on April 20th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It was initiated in 2023 by Jason Hine, who is the owner of Mystic's Zero Waste shop, the Diddy Bag. And over the past couple of years, I think the Diddy Bag's really become this gathering place for local environmentalists, which is how I kind of got involved in it. I tend to work from there a couple days a week, and Jason kind of like roped me in to help with the planning, and Hazel can talk a little bit more about how she got involved.
Yeah, I work for Jason at the Diddy Bag. I do marketing and education outreach for them, just reaching the public, educating them about sustainability, and like Bree said, it's kind of become this little hub, this local community. So I also just got involved with it through that, and we've all just been coming together, and you know, it's just our team has been growing ever since.
So is the purpose of the expo to just reach more people? Like, what is your goal?
So, you know, it's really just a great, really fun day, and it's filled with all sorts of activities and also information to kind of help people both live more sustainably, but also learn how they can take meaningful action to mitigate the climate crisis.
Oh, okay. That is fascinating. What type of groups will be participating in the expo this year?
So we have a bunch of different vendors and tables that will be doing different educational and components, and also like selling sustainable products, but we're more focused on the education piece. And then we're also going to have multiple guest speakers and legislators. We're going to do legislation panels in which two of our representatives, Representative Andre Bumgardner and Christine Palm, are actually going to be in a room with students from 5 different local schools, including UConn, the Marine Magnet School, and Conn College. And they're just going to be talking with the students about climate change. They get to ask their representatives anything, and that's going to be aired on WSHU radio. So that's really cool because, like, at what other point do you just get to sit down and talk to your legislators, you know, in like a very open environment just about all of your fears and concerns and any questions that you have. So
wow, that's really excellent. And it'll be aired live on the radio?
Yes, yeah, on WSHU. So, and Bree can talk a little more about the vendors and other activities we're doing.
Yeah, so I think the legislators will also be on hand to kind of help everyone kind of learn the best way to contact them. Like, how do you actually write a letter to a legislator that's going to get a response? So that's something I think we're excited for too. And then, yeah, we have such a great range of vendors. There's really something for everyone. We have a lot of activities for kids, chalk art, learning about birdhouses and pollinators, but then also for other people, you know, there's information on renewable energy or making your home more efficient, kind of reducing your plastic waste. The theme for Earth Day this year is Plastic versus Planet, so that's a big component of what we'll be doing.
And that is something that I think everybody is becoming more and more aware of, but they're not sure what to do. So this is a good place to come and get your questions answered.
Yeah, and there'll also be people who are selling products that can really help you kind of reduce your use on single-use plastic.
Oh, that is really fantastic. Is there anything new this year that people can look forward to?
Yeah, so we're really excited in our second year that we're having food this year. We didn't have any food last year, but we have a vegan food truck coming. We also have the chef from Shipwright's Daughter in downtown Mystic. He's actually was just nominated for a James Beard Award, so we're very excited to have him. And he's bringing Stonington kelp with him, so there'll be some like some kelp seaweed demonstrations. He's also bringing Eating with the Ecosystem and green crab, and there'll actually be touch tanks for the green crabs, and they'll also be selling food as well as doing some cooking demonstrations. And then we're also having a bakery food truck, so you can get, you know, your coffee in the morning and cookies, cinnamon sticks, all of that type of stuff as well.
Oh, wow. So if I've learned anything over the years, food really brings people together. So if you just come out for the food and learn something along the way, I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Exactly.
We also have a couple more things that Hazel can talk about.
Fantastic.
Another new thing that we're doing is we have these Zen booths at the library, as you know, which is just these small soundproof kind of phone booths. And what we're doing is setting it up so you just go in a booth and there's a little tape recorder and you can hit record if you want and just share anonymously all of your fears, concerns, hopes, any thoughts, emotions you have about the climate crisis, and it's all going to be anonymous, and there's like a privacy screen. So just, you know, it's very overwhelming when you hear everything, you don't know what to do about it, and so you can just go in and share whatever you want in the privacy of that booth, and some of that also could be aired on WSHU as well. So that's a really interesting, because people don't want to be, you know, too vulnerable, or you know, it's difficult to talk about sometimes your deepest concerns. So this gives like a great way for people to just share whatever they want. So we want it to be a super interactive and open event, you know, all of your thoughts, all your emotions, because there's a lot. So,
and I think, you know, we're hoping that after the airs, it gives people just like another way to connect with each other. I think lots of times we don't talk about what we're feeling around the climate crisis, and this is kind of like a way to bring that out more into the open. It actually reminds me a little bit, during the pandemic, the New York Times started this scream line for parents where they like let parents just call in and complain, and it kind of like reminds me a little bit about that. But we're also hoping that some of it will be like hopeful.
Yes.
And I think that's a big part of this this expo, is that it does kind of become inspiring, right? You see all of these people who are really actively working to make a difference in their communities and in their day-to-day lives.
That is, I'm taking it all in right now. That is really phenomenal. And so going forward with the information, you're hoping to use it and grow and continue to educate and see what people want to know and use that going forward.
Yeah, I think it becomes like a great networking event too. I think sometimes we get so like siloed in our day-to-day lives that we don't realize that like all of these things are happening, and like all these people are working on this issue. And that's been one of the great things about Jason opening the Ditty Bag, is that it really allowed people to come together, and now we're expanding that into a day-long event.
That is fantastic. So who is the event geared to? I know you mentioned some children's programs. Is this like a bring your family type event?
It's definitely a bring your family type of event, but it's really geared towards all ages, and I think like all ages will really find something that they can do.
Definitely it's geared towards absolutely everyone, and that's exactly what we want to do. You know, help people take the first step. So, you know, with the Ditty Bag, it's great because, you know, we have our little club, whatever, but people don't know we're there sometimes. People don't know where to find us. So if you're concerned and you really don't know where to start, you don't know how to start living sustainably, you don't know how to start, it just feels too overwhelming, you know, this is a great way to just see all of the different ways that you can make just a small difference in your day-to-day life. You know, and it's, so whether you are an active climate activist or, you know, you're not, but you're concerned, or even if you're not really concerned, but you see this event, like we just want to educate people of all ages. And yes, there's going to be plenty of activities for children, but it's not just for children. You know, there's going to be opportunities, there's food, you can buy things, but also a big educational piece. So this is, I think, sum up in one word, it's just outreach to absolutely everyone. So I encourage everyone to come for sure. Then, like Bree said, there is something for everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today. If anybody has questions, we can always reach out to the Groton Public Library, but they can also call Jason Hines at the Ditty Bag.
Yes.
Great, we'll put his information on the screen as well. So the Earth Day Expo, Plastic versus Planet, Saturday, April 20th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at the Groton Public Library. If you have any questions, reach out, join us. This is going to be a fantastic event. I look forward to seeing everybody there. This has been At Your Library. Thanks for checking in.